Hey, I'm Tyler Hoyt, and welcome to Built Different. Every week, I sit down and share the conversations, patterns, and lessons I'm seeing after talking to hundreds of contractors all across the country. And this isn't another marketing podcast. It's about building a better business, becoming a better leader, and creating a life that's worth all the hard work. So grab your coffee or whatever you're drinking, and let's get into it. So I get asked this question constantly. Sometimes it's 5 minutes into a conversation. Sometimes it's right after I explain what we do. But eventually, almost every contractor asks me this question. Okay, Tyler, how long until I actually see results? It's a totally fair question. You're about to spend money. You want to know when that money is going to come back. But here's the problem. I think contractors, mostly because marketing people don't know how to position themselves, but I think contractors have been completely screwed up on what results actually means. Because if I told you we'll get you leads next week, you'd probably be like, yeah, that's awesome. But what if they're garbage leads? What if I told you we'll get you website ranking in 30 days? Sounds sexy. It's probably bullcrap. Well, what if I told you, give me 90 days and we'll definitely double your business? I would run away from me really quick. Because nobody who actually understands business can responsibly promise you that. So the question isn't how fast can marketing work? The better question is how long does it take to build something predictable? And those are two very different questions. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Built Different. Every week I take conversations I'm actually having with contractors and pull out the lessons that I think more business owners need to hear. And this week we're going to be talking about patience. But not the bullcrap version of patience where somebody takes your money for 6 months and tells you, just give it more time. Heck no. What I'm talking about is understanding what should happen in the first 30, 60, 90 days and letting it happen. What should be measured? How do you know whether something's actually working? Because there's a massive difference between being patient with a good strategy and continuing to fund a bad one. Before we talk timelines, we do have to define results, because this is where I think a lot of contractors and marketing companies completely miss each other. The agency says, look, we generated 27 leads, and the contractor says, cool, I didn't sell anything. Those are not the same result, even though marketing agency is positioned to get you leads. Or the SEO company says, like, your traffic increased 48%. That's cool. Did revenue increase? Because traffic doesn't make payroll. I can't pay my guys with views. So when somebody asks me how long until I see results, my first question should be, what results are we talking about? More visibility, more website traffic, more leads, more estimates, more sold jobs, more revenue, more profit? Those things happen at different stages, and I've heard all of them before, and it helps us mold our strategy for you. So if you don't define the scoreboard before you start, everybody's just going to get pissed off later. That's the biggest thing I think contractors need to understand is not every growth strategy works on the same timeline. So take paid ads, because we do these a lot. We can launch ads really quickly. We can start collecting that data really quickly. Maybe leads start coming in pretty quickly. That doesn't mean we've achieved the optimized machine yet. We still need to learn which creatives get attention, which offer resonates, which homeowners convert. What's the lead quality? What's the appointment rate? What's the close rate? What's the acquisition cost? That's data. Now let's compare this to SEO. SEO is different. We're building authority. We're building content. We're improving the website. We're strengthening the local presence. We're trying to make Google trust your company more than the other 50 contractors saying we're the best contractor in town. That compounds. It isn't an on-off switch. And that's exactly why I like combining short-term and long-term strategies. One creates demand now, and the other builds an asset long-term that only you can own. So here's the easiest way I can explain this. Imagine a farmer. He plants corn on Monday. Tuesday morning, he walks outside. There's nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday comes around. There's still nothing. So Friday, he gets pissed off, digs everything up, and plants tomatoes. And then Monday, there's no tomatoes. So he digs those up and plants something else. We would all be looking at this dude and saying, like, what the heck are you doing? But business owners do this constantly. Facebook for 2 weeks. Doesn't immediately explode. Well, let's go turn that thing off. Let's go try Google. Google gets really expensive. Let's turn it off. Well, let's go hire an SEO guy. 30 days later, you're like, where are my rankings? Even worse, where are my leads? Let's go fire that guy. Then you're going to go buy leads from like Angie or another lead provider, and those leads are going to suck, and you're going to stop that. And then 6 months later, you're going to say marketing doesn't work, Facebook doesn't work, SEO doesn't work. But you've actually never marketed. You just kept digging up the seeds. Now, let me argue the other side, because marketing companies just love what I said. They'll clip that part and send it to every client who's ever been pissed off. So let's be clear. Patience doesn't mean blind faith. If somebody has been taking your money for 6 months and they can't explain what's happening, they can't show you the data, they can't explain what they've tested, they can't tell you what they're changing, and their only answer is SEO takes time, or ads take time, or spend more. That's not strategy, that's hiding. You should be able to ask, what did we learn this month? What's improving? What's not? What's the bottleneck? What are we testing next? What numbers are moving? And you may have not come to that final outcome yet, but you should have evidence of progress. And that's the difference. So let's talk about what I want to see in the first 30, 60, 90 days. The first 30 days, I'm looking for clarity. Our tracking system's working. Is the CRM set up? Are leads actually getting followed up with? What is our baseline? What messaging is getting attention? Where are people dropping off in the process? We're collecting all this information. Doesn't mean you're not going to get leads and close jobs, but it's information collecting. 60 days in, I want to see patterns. Which ads are performing? Which services are attracting demand? Which leads are actually turning into appointments? What's going on with the sales? Where are we leaking opportunities? And we're starting to make decisions based on evidence instead of opinion, data over emotion. 90 days in, we're trying to make the machine better. This is my favorite part of marketing. It becomes a game. Can we lower acquisition costs? Can we increase conversion? Can we increase average ticket? Can we scale what's working? Can we cut what's not? And that's when marketing starts to become less of a gamble and more of a predictable business system. And this is really, really important. These aren't guarantees. Every market, business, service, and strategy is completely different. And the point isn't that day 91 magically makes everything work. The point is that we have a process, foundation, data, patterns, optimization, and scale. And here's the part that nobody actually wants to hear. Your marketing company can't control everything, not even us. So let's say we generate a lead at 10:03 in the morning on Monday. Homeowner wants a $30,000 patio, perfect project. And then you call them, but it's Thursday. It's not a marketing problem. Where you get 10 estimates, close 0, and immediately you go, well, these leads suck. Well, maybe, but let's investigate this further. But maybe we also need to listen to your sales calls. Maybe your estimates take 7 days. Maybe there's no follow-up, no intro video, no site visit. Maybe your salesperson is sending a PDF and praying. Growth requires accountability on both sides. Marketing needs to perform, and the business needs to perform. So instead of asking, how long until this works? Ask, what should we know 30 days from now that we don't know today? That's a much, much better question. Then, what should improve by 60 days? And what will give us enough confidence to scale this campaign? And now you're thinking like a real CEO. You're not looking for certainty where certainty doesn't exist. You're looking for evidence. And I think too many contractors are not looking for that end result the way they should be. They're just looking for the quick win, the lead, right now. And we need to understand that that is not how this works. So here's the takeaway. I don't think contractors need to be more patient. I think they need to be more intelligently patient. Don't expect a magic button. don't accept the bull crap either. Know your numbers, set expectations, measure progress, demand communication, fix the entire system. And when you find something that's working, stop screwing with it every 5 minutes. Stop looking for the grass is greener on the other side. Let it compound. Because the goal isn't to generate a couple leads next Tuesday. The goal is to build a business where 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 3 years from now, you don't wake up wondering, where the heck is the next job going to come from? That's predictability. And that's what we're trying to build here. So if you're trying to figure out what your business actually needs before dumping another dollar into marketing, grab the Contractor Growth Blueprint in the description. It'll help you map out your revenue, your goals, lead requirements, sales numbers, bottlenecks, team, and where you actually need to focus. And if you want us to walk through it with you, click the link in the description, book a Contractor Growth Strategy session below. We'll look at where your business is today, where you're trying to go, and whether there's actually a fit for us to help you get there. And I want to hear from you guys. So what's the longest you've ever paid for marketing before deciding it wasn't working? 30 days? 3 months? A year? Drop it in the comment. Some of those answers are probably going to hurt, either contractors or marketers. And guys, please subscribe and share if you're enjoying these conversations. I want to help as many people as possible. I'll see you guys next week. Build different.